the power to seek death.
I am not willing to wait any longer.
It's the greatest power we give prosecutors. And for death penalty cases, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office has a secret committee.
Does it make sense to you?
Not at all.
They help decide who should live and who should die. Who's on it? How do they vote?
This is a complete black box, literally a black box.
Why does the secrecy matter? Our investigation found death cases rarely end in death sentences.
What? Something is wrong.
And we found the cost is huge.
Tens of millions of dollars?
I'm going to say $100 million.
It's more, way more.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Can we talk a little bit about how the case dragged on?
Yes, please.
The cases lasting years, even decades. The decisions impacting everyone at every level.
I think it was a horrible experience.
How does it make you feel now knowing you had to wait all those extra years?
Worse than I did before.
For decades, Maricopa County has been one of the most aggressive in the nation in pursuing the death penalty. But little is known about how our prosecutors seek death and why.
ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscopine spent months working with ProPublica's Nicole Santa Cruz to pierce into that secrecy. Dave's here now with the first chapter in their special investigation. Dave.
First, to be clear, this is not about whether the death penalty is right or wrong. It's about whether our county attorney's office makes the right decisions in the right cases. To find out, we dug through 20 years of death cases. These are defendants who have faced the death penalty, and these are the faces behind the decisions to try to kill them. 5 Maricopa County attorneys and the committee who's helped them decide. The Capital Review Committee. Is that something you created?
Yes, I did.
Rick Romley was county attorney from 1989 to 2004.
And when I went into the office, there was a total lack of protocols, guidelines. I found some attorneys were using the allegation of seeking the death penalty as a plea bargaining purpose. And I thought that was inappropriate.
You basically just had disparate attorneys making their own decisions. I'm going to seek life or I'm going to seek death.
Correct.
Under Romley, and still today, the committee reviews every first-degree murder case, then votes whether to seek death. Their votes sent to the county attorney for a final decision.
It created consistency in the application of the law. I was trying to restore confidence in the county attorney's office.
That's why Romley hates how secretive the committee has become. For years, MCAO refused to say who's on the committee and what cases it voted for death.
The more secret you are, the less confidence you're going to have in your office. It will hurt justice being done.
So how many times has MCAO sought death? And in what cases? They've done it so often, no one seems to know exactly. Way back in 2008, a special task force once found judges, prosecutors, and defenders all kept coming up with different data. The differences? Unexplainable. And even to this day, we keep getting different numbers from the people involved. But we got the court to put together a list of cases assigned to its capital division going back 2 decades. We then pulled files for every case and found MCAO filed a notice to seek death at least 346 times. Out of those cases, only 13% have ended in a death sentence.
Well, you got a problem with your decision making. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Question I would like to ask, and I don't know if you can get the figures, is how many allegations of death are withdrawn?
We're working on that. We're getting there. Many. Most.
What?
In more than 70%, prosecutors withdrew death or accepted a plea.
If you seek the death penalty, you're saying this case is so egregious, absent some legal impediment or something, you go to trial. I mean, that's what it's about. But if you're withdrawing it, you didn't do your homework well, you didn't see the legal issues, you're not analyzing it well, that would be problematic.
We also found when death penalty cases actually went to trial, juries rejected death almost half the time.
If they're saying no, then you got a problem inside your decision-making process.
If the jury is saying no.
If the jury is saying no.
You're hearing a lot from Rick Romley. That's because he's the only former county attorney who agreed to an interview. The current top prosecutor, Rachel Mitchell, declined. But her spokesperson told us Mitchell is proud of her prosecutor's work.
I am not willing to wait any longer.
This was Mitchell last year, when she wanted to bypass state officials to restart executions, paused temporarily because we botched several in a row.
My office brought the charges against Aaron Guntis, and my office obtained the conviction.
Experts, legal groups, defense attorneys, and even victims' families told us prosecutors tout death cases when it benefits them, but go quiet or hide the data when it doesn't.
The scrutiny is going to expose them to criticism.
If they're doing their job right, they shouldn't be hiding anything.
They had their own agenda. That's how I feel about it.
We interviewed dozens of people for this investigation, and you'll hear from a lot more of them later in this series. But right now, we need to finish talking about the secrecy.
So these are packets of...
redactions?
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. You'll see...
When we requested 20 years of committee records, MCAO sent hundreds of pages of agendas filled with thousands of black boxes, case numbers and defendants' names, all redacted.
Court cases are public.
Yes.
Defendants' names are public. The assigned prosecutors that handle those cases, that's public. So, I mean, even those things being kept secret, I guess I don't understand. Does it make sense to you?
Not at all.
Now, what about the votes? Romley believes we should get to see if the committee voted yes or no overall for specific cases. But he agrees that individual vote totals, like 7-2 for death, should be secret.
I don't like the vote total. I don't like the vote total. I wouldn't probably disclose that.
What if you have a prosecutor like we've had in Maricopa County before who was seeking death at a rate that this country had never seen before in the entire country, and you want to know, is he taking his committee's advice? And we'd have no ability to evaluate that.
That's a fair question. That is a fair, in fact, it happened.
Former Maricopa County Attorney Andrew Thomas will learn his fate today.
We're talking about former county attorney Andrew Thomas. He resigned and was disbarred for a lot of reasons.
He's accused of making false claims and abusing his power.
But during his time, death penalty cases were at an all-time high. Now, MCAO still has dozens of active death cases, but nowhere near as many.
I still don't like the vote total itself. Okay. But let me say this. There's no absolutes.
Now to the big question, who's on the death penalty committee? At the start of our investigation, MCAO blacked it out. But in our final push for answers, the county attorney's chief of staff just sent us a clean copy as part of a larger response to our findings. Was releasing that a mistake? They won't say. But as you'll see later in this series, they've fought very hard for a decade to keep information about their members a secret, even ending up at the state Supreme Court. The newly released document shows the committee is made up of mostly top execs, division chiefs, plus some other attorneys designated by the county attorney. But still, no names and no total number of people.
The community needs to know that there are people of great seasoning, experience, good judgment that you're surrounding yourself with. If you don't have that, automatically the community will begin to question that.
There have been plenty of legitimate questions about the judgment of MCAO's top attorneys.
Maricopa County's former top prosecutor loses his license to practice law.
Remember, Andrew Thomas got disbarred. So did Juan Martinez, a well-known death penalty prosecutor.
MCAO hired Judge Erin Otis while she was under judicial investigation.
ABC 15 exposed cruel jokes and memes were sent in her courtroom. She was disciplined by the state bar, and MCAO stands by the decision to hire her.
Otis now prosecutes death penalty cases for MCAO.
And don't forget, just months ago, MCAO paid a $6 million settlement to protesters they falsely charged as gang members.
A lot of top officials signed off on that plan.
They have to understand that they're losing the trust within the community.
If you were county attorney today, would you be releasing more information to us?
Oh, from this?
Yeah.
No question I'd be releasing more information. No question at all.
So, Dave, I bet a lot of people are now wondering, how we compare to other places and really how much all this is costing us.
Well, the cost, it's a ton. Hundreds of millions. But before we get to that, let's talk about how we compare. In the modern death penalty era, Maricopa County is number 3 for total death sentences. And it took some work, but we got some data for number 2. That's Harris County, Texas, the Houston area. Similar population, western border state, similar process. There, a local advocacy group tracks cases, and their data shows Harris County has become much more selective than MCAO. Their list shows 24 death cases. Again, here, we found 346. The vast majority there also end in death sentences. Harris County, 75%. Maricopa, 13%. There, the jury rejection rate is 16%. Here, 46%. Now, MCAO says they won't comment on this comparison, saying, quote, "These kind of numbers can be tremendously misleading because they ignore the details and intricacies of individual cases."
All right, so let's get back to that money question, because how much is all of this costing all of us?
We found over the past 2 decades, it's $300 million, and it's likely much higher than that. And that's because some agencies, including MCAO, either couldn't or wouldn't tell us how much of our taxpayer money has been used on all of these cases.
Dave, thanks. We'll have a lot more about the money in our next report. That story airs tomorrow night at 6.
And next week, our investigation continues. ProPublica is publishing their in-depth report. We're going to have more stories where you'll hear from people impacted most by MCAO's decisions and their secrecy.